This video is sponsored by MUBI. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a lot to share in this month's favorites, so let's get right into it. Let's go. Okay, so this is pretty exciting for me. I'm in a group show at Hashimoto Contemporary. It's a gallery in Culver City in Los Angeles. The group show is called Weird West, and it's just our take on Western culture. And I have 3 pieces up there, so if you're in LA, if you're in Culver City, please check it out. It's up until May 4th. It's my first group show there, and I had a lot of fun setting it up. So that's probably my most exciting announcement. Also, I got my photos back from my De La Fuente photo shoot, and I love them. De La Fuente is a hat brand, vintage inspired, very O'Keefean. I love their hats, and I've always been really interested in hats. I've worked for a hat company for a really long time when I was younger, so I always have a deep love for hats. Carrie, the owner, reached out to do a photo shoot, and I was so honored. The clothes in the photo shoot were mostly vintage from Natalie's Closet. Natalie Mumford, who is the owner of a vintage clothing store in Long Beach. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. Usually I listen to music whenever I go on walks or whenever I'm at the studio, but for some reason, I think it's because I've been driving to Orange County a lot, and whenever I'm driving, I like to listen to people talking. So I usually listen to Katie Dalebout's podcast called Let It Out, and she often talks about How Long Gone, which is a podcast with Chris Black and Jason Stewart. I don't know why I just said their names as if I know them. I don't know them, but they're these 2 guys who are friends, and one lives on the East Coast and one lives in LA. They have very different voices, so it's easy to distinguish the 2, and they are hilarious. They should be comedians if they're not already comedians, but they're so smart and so funny. Whenever I listen to their podcast, I just have the biggest smile on my face. Speaking of biggest smiles on my face, I was listening to a podcast called OK Sister. It used to be called OK Sis. These 2 sisters, this girl Maddie and her sister Scout, they're so funny, and I love listening to them, especially on walks. Their banter is just hilarious, and it reminds me of hanging out with my sisters, basically. So I think that's why I like to listen to them when on walks. And I'll walk around the neighborhood and not really pay that close attention, and then I'll pass by someone and I'll have the biggest smile on my face. I think it makes me seem more approachable, so people will often stop and say hi and like start chatting with me because I just have the biggest smile on my face whenever I'm walking around. But really it's because I'm listening to this podcast. Okay Sister, they talk a lot about I guess pop culture and just things that are going on in their lives. And then How Long Gone, they're like comedians, and they interview a lot of musicians that I like. My favorite highlighter right now is from Noto Botanicals, and oh my gosh, it's fantastic. It's called the Hydra Highlighter. They actually stopped carrying it. I think they might have some left at their brick and mortar shop in Highland Park. I'm not 100% sure, but they stopped making it in a pot form because I think it's because people have nails. So I don't think anyone really wants to dig into a pot. But what I do is I take a spatula and then just take some of the product out. I think most makeup artists do this. But yeah, just take a little bit of the product out and then use my fingertips, the warmth of my fingertips, to warm up the product. And I love that it's not super shiny. It's almost like a glossy situation with a little bit of shimmer in it, so it's not like strobing. Looks very natural on the skin, and it just makes me look hydrated, like I drank so much water, you know? And I think the thing that I like the most about their highlighter is that it doesn't lift. So if I'm layering a bunch of products underneath, like a foundation, concealer, blush, or whatever, and then I layer this on right on top, it doesn't lift the product that's underneath. I've had their multi-Benny in Ono Ono shade, which is like a bricky orange color, for quite some time, and I mixed these 2 items together and they're like fantastic, and they sit well together. They play really well together. And then I just got this one pretty recently too. It's also from Noto, and it's the multi-Benny stain in the color Oscillate, which again, they don't make it in the pot form anymore. I think Maddie just got this one as well, but it's a beautiful red color. It just looks like you ate a berry. It's got a little bit of a menthol scent to it, so I really like the way it smells. And I love it on the cheeks too. Okay, so I've been using this Mason Pearson brush since 2017. I love it. And it's $240, but I didn't spend $240 on it. I actually got it because I was working for a company at the time and they gave me credit to their shop. And so I knew I would never spend $250 on myself on a freaking brush. So I went and used it on this, and I mean, it's great. Whenever I go through phases where I use it consistently, my hair is like nice and glossy and it feels healthy, and I don't have to shampoo it nearly as much as I do on a regular basis. It's an incredibly luxurious experience, but I know that $250 is pretty expensive, so I found an alternative. This is from Crown Affair. It's $75, so still pretty pricey, but on a scale of things, this doesn't really have a shelf life, unlike a lot of other products that we use, you know? So I figured it might be good for some people. The things that are the same is that they both have nylon bristles that are rounded at the top so that it massages your scalp, which is fantastic. There's boar bristles, which are the shorter bristles, and that pushes the oil from the top of your head all the way down to the bottom of your hair. It helps like keep your hair dust free, which is fantastic. You do have to clean these like once a week, so I just use a brush like this and kind of just, you know, clean everything out. Only difference is that the backing on this, the Mason Pearson is plastic. The Crown Affair is wood, which is a little bit more luxurious in my opinion. And then the cushion, this one is a bit more broken in. I don't know if it's broken in or if it came like this, but it's just softer. And this one is more stiff. So with this, if I brush this through my hair once, I would have to do about two times of the Crown Affair one, which isn't like a bad thing. I love brushing my hair, so I don't mind doing more strokes. That's about the only difference that I noticed so far. I've only had this for about a month, so I do have to keep it for a little bit longer to kind of review the differences. Ideally, if I kept this for 10 years, then I can kind of compare and contrast, but generally, people who have the Mason Pearson say that they've had it their entire lifetimes, or like they've had it for a really long time. I've never seen one that's like beaten down. So generally people keep it for their entire lifetime. Sometimes they might even pass it down different generations, but it's an investment. It's like an heirloom. This one I'm gonna have to get back to you about, but so far I'm loving it and I think it's a fantastic alternative. But this is my favorite lipstick right now. It's from YSL. It's a new lipstick and it's called YSL Love Shine. The shade that I have is 122 and it's called Caramel Swirl. It's what I've been wearing on my lips lately. It's a beautiful My Lips But Better color. Sometimes in a pinch I'll even just apply it on my cheeks, and it's a balmy texture, so it's a very sheer wash, so it looks incredibly natural and stunning. Super comfortable on the lips, and it smells amazing too. It smells like candy, so I just want to keep applying and keep applying it. Okay, so I've talked about Code of Harmony before. I got a facial there and I got a buccal massage, like fingers inside the mouth kind of massage, and it was fantastic. It was life-changing. Quite possibly the best facial I've ever received. And then I came home with a bunch of samples. Their most popular item is their oil cleanser, which works great. It removes sunscreen, makeup, all of that. I don't usually double wash, and this gets everything in one go for me, so I really like it. But my favorite item from them is their collagen cream. It's their moisturizer. Fantastic, especially during the day. This works so well under makeup and it plays well with my other products. I love it because it stays pretty emollient, so all my makeup that I apply right on top of it just stays, and it performs very well, and throughout the day my skin looks nice and healthy. So I really like this. I'm definitely gonna get a full-size version of this. If you're in Long Beach, if you're driving through Long Beach, check out Code of Harmony. They have such great things in there. There's a really cute shop. They have all their skincare in there as well. And if you have the time, if you have the means, get a facial and get the buccal massage because it's fantastic. Welcome back to my desk. So I've got some Empties here. This is Used to the People Yerba Mate Resurfacing Energy Facial. It truly is a facial in a jar. I've had it for a couple of years now, and I finally used the last bit up, and I cleaned out the container because I believe that I have a refill station kind of near me, so I'm gonna go call and see if I'm gonna be able to refill this. Would I repurchase this? Absolutely yes, because it truly is like a facial in a jar, and you use it for like years if you're me. Something else I used up is this Melon and Goats Meadow Foam Oil Balm. I've had this since before the pandemic, so I want to say 2019, and I've only been using it on my hands. When you use it all over your body, it's kind of sticky. It gets like a little bit sticky, especially during the summer when it's hot and humid out. So it's not fantastic for that, but I love it on my hands because I do ceramics. It's literally clay, right? So it's pulling out the moisture from your skin, so you want to add some sort of moisture back in right after you wash your hands. So yeah, I've been using this tube for years, and it started smelling kind of weird maybe about a year ago, like going bad. Yeah, the shelf life is 12 months, and it took me years to finish this, so I probably won't be repurchasing this again unless it comes in like a smaller size. And then I also use this up, which is, this packaging is so beautiful. It's like kind of like rubberized on the outside. This is from OEM, and it's the Soothing Cream. It smells like hinoki and menthol, and it kind of reminds me of Tiger Balm. Again, this is OEM. I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce this, but I do want to try other things from this brand because the packaging is really cute. This product is really good, so yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for them. You guys, I am dead serious about this. I love these shoes so much. My friend Eleanor got these for me for my birthday, and they're so comfy. They're kind of like Crocs, and I use them as outdoor slippers if I'm just going to the garage real quick, or if I'm going out front real quick to get a package or whatever. I know they're really silly looking. They remind me of grapes or blueberries or something like that. I know Maddie has a pair, and she wears it to walk Violet around. I let the cats out every morning, so I'll slip these on and kind of just walk around the house. So really, I just use them around the house, the outside of the house, and that's it. I don't wear them to the studio or anything like that, but I think they're super cute, and if I had the balls, I would wear it in real life more, but I'm sticking to flats for now. Eleanor, the same friend who got me the shoes, also got me these chopsticks. They're Korean chopsticks, they're metal. We went to a Korean restaurant together, and they had these really flat metal chopsticks, and I really liked them. So I was like, where do you get these? So she ended up getting me a couple sets. She got me the really flat ones, like the ones at the restaurant, but also these, which are a little bit more rounded. They're a little bit easier to use. These are so great for dressing a plate, for eating with, for cooking with. I really like them for detailing a cute little plate. I mean, I don't really do much of that. I'm not like a chef or anything, but you know how people use metal tweezers to dress their food? You can use these. So Maddie invited me to Everlane to pick out some pieces, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So I got a few pieces. I got a cool jacket and a cashmere sweater, and my favorite thing that I got are these jeans that I'm wearing right now. They're the Gardner jeans. I got directly influenced by Maddie because she was wearing them when we went to Everlane. But I've been wearing these jeans like nonstop. They've got a big pocket on both sides. It's kind of funny because the pocket is in the front, but it swings all the way to the back. I guess it's for gardening tools, I'm not really sure. They're just super comfy, and they're a wide leg, and I've been wearing them on walks around the neighborhood. Also, this shirt is from a brand called Lucy and Yak. I got a few of their organic cotton items, this shirt being one of them. I just think it's so cute. It's got little flowers. They have a lot of workwear stuff that I really like. I also got a long sleeve striped shirt from them that I really love. I got in a size extra small because I wanted it to be kind of like tight and, I don't know, 1960s French New Wave style. Okay, I will admit this is pretty niche, but my sister got me this for my birthday, and it finally arrived, and I've been using it, and I love it. This is the unicorn peppermill that I'm pretty sure I've seen Alison Roman, Molly Baz, Carla Lolly Music, all the people that I love watching cooking videos from. I'm pretty sure I've seen them all using this. It holds way more peppercorns than my other peppermill. I've used the Peugeot one for ages, and it's the industry standard, and I really had no complaints about it until recently. Just one rotation of this unicorn one is like 4 rotations of this Peugeot one. It's often sold out, so if you're looking for it and it's not available, then I'm sorry. I just got back from the studio, and I got this out of the kiln. This is a, well, I've been making a lot of ears lately. Actually, I made a little reel in a TikTok, and it went pretty viral, and it's just serving dim sum sauces in one of the ears that I made. It's a bigger one. Yeah, it went viral, but there are some polarizing comments on there. It's insane how much people hate it, and also people like it, but all the hate comments. Holy shit, that's insane. People are so vocal about it. But yeah, I just got this out of the kiln. I painted one ear red just to try a color. And I don't know. Should I put this on the site? What do you think? I love the color red, so I'm excited to have this in my collection. It's a pretty massive ear. And it's painted all the way around as well. Anyway, this is what I've been watching lately. This is a woman named Alejandra, and I've been watching a lot of her channel lately. She talks a lot about interior design and then also like clothes and stuff too. She's just got a really cool channel. All her purchases or the things that she's interested in, they're very well thought out. So it's not about consuming just to consume. Everything's very intentional. She deserves more viewers because the quality of her content is fantastic. I found this person on TikTok. Her name is Priscilla, and she makes these short styling videos, and the stuff that I was really drawn to is the Japanese influence, like Popeye magazine kind of, like city boy street style. How to shop vintage in Williamsburg on a budget. I really like her outfits, and I love the short form videos. It makes me feel like, you know, when you're younger and you were playing with those paper dolls and you were dressing them and everything, it's kind of like that, but in real time, or with a real person, you know? There's a theater near my house called Vidiots, and they show a lot of cult movies and older movies basically, and also newer stuff every once in a while too. They had a showing for one of my favorite movies when I was growing up, which is called Saved, and it's starring Jenna Malone and Mandy Moore and Macaulay Culkin. For me, that's a coming of age film because I grew up super Catholic. That movie's about the Christian faith, so it's like very similar, and it's a dark comedy. So I saw that they were playing it there, and I hadn't seen it in like 20 years, so then I asked Jason to come along, and he really enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen it, I think it's really funny and it's really held up. And then a couple days later, Jason's sister Lisa recommended this movie called Problemista, and she doesn't really recommend that many movies, so I really wanted to go see it. And then I saw that they were playing that movie at Vidiots in the MUBI Micro Cinema. So I let Jason know, and he got us tickets, and then we went and watched it. I love that it's like super close to us. It's Julio Torres playing a character named Alejandra, who is an inspiring toy designer living in New York, but is from El Salvador, and he's in town on a work visa basically, and it's like a ticking time bomb. So he's running out of time. He has to secure a job that will sponsor him to stay in the States. Visually, it's so beautiful. The story's very sweet. It's a little bit of a comedy, a little bit of a dramedy. And on the subject of MUBI, this video is sponsored by MUBI. MUBI is a curated streaming service dedicated to elevating great cinema from all around the globe. Get a whole month of MUBI free at mubi.com/Christine. From iconic directors to emerging auteurs, there is always something new to discover. With MUBI, each and every film is hand-selected by a team of curators. Discover the best of cinema at your fingertips, streaming anytime, anywhere. MUBI is for lovers of great cinema and for those who don't know they love great cinema yet. Again, go to mubi.com/Christine to try MUBI for free for 30 days. And while you're at mubi.com, make sure that you check out their shop page. I got this, which is a laptop case that they did in collaboration with Baggu. I've always wanted a laptop case from Baggu, and now I finally have one, and it also shows off that I love films. Everything will be linked in the description down below. Thank you again, MUBI, for sponsoring this video.